So the story, the day before launch, this happens. That's a green screen. It's not supposed to be green. It's supposed to have icons on it, and his phone is unusable. This happens like at like 7 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock at night the day before launch, and I'm thinking, I should have a phone. There's people I would need to call. There's all kinds of reasons. There's stuff I rely on the phone for. So the day before, I'm running to the phone store to get a replacement phone. Of course, once you get the new phone, you're trying to get the apps installed, and trying to find the passwords, get your accounts reconnected and everything. It's launch day. This is my third attempt at launching. Pretty nervous. I didn't sleep well last night. Didn't think I was that keyed up until this morning. I was like, yeah, I didn't sleep at all. I'm pretty nervous, I guess. I'm optimistic. I'm also very... The thing that's got me really kind of freaked out is if it doesn't hold water, I don't have a plan on what to do next. Because I fixed the part that was leaking, but I didn't reassemble everything because I wanted to give the sealant several days to cure. That hose won't go back on. I've been banging on it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I can't get it to budge. And if I can't get that on there, the mast has to come down. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty embarrassed. I got to a point where I could not get this thing on, and I was just getting really frustrated. I was like, I'm gonna have to cancel the launch. I mean, I can't launch with this. This has to be properly installed and all this sort of thing. So I was kind of really, I'd lost my cool. I was talking to one of the guys who does this here, who works at the yard, does this kind of thing, you know, full-time professionally. He said, I'll take a look at it. He came up and in like 2 minutes, he had it on. It's funny to me, you think of a skill as, you know, like you think of somebody who can ride a bike, well, that's a skill you learn. You know, you think of like swinging a golf club as a skill, you know, that kind of thing. You don't think of getting a hose onto a hose fitting. You don't think of that as a skill, but it is. And it's like things like you're not going to read in a book. So I got that, and so now we're lifting the boat up to put the centerboard back in. I decide to go up on deck to lower and raise the centerboard. So things got started before I was ready with the camera. I have no idea what's going on down there, and I forgot to put a camera down there to capture it. The story, I will tell you, is true. We finally got the board wiggled up into place. There's 6 bolts that hold this thing in, and 5 of them went in without too much trouble. The 6th one, it was like the hole was stripped. We kept trying to, they would just spin. We're trying everything, we're trying to figure out why it's not finding it. Maybe it needs a longer bolt, which didn't make any sense because, you know, this is the bolt that came out. So I didn't think it was going to work. So he goes over and he comes back with a longer bolt. And it's still not working. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think I was going to. He goes, well, maybe it needs to be even longer. So he runs over and he gets an even longer one. And I'm thinking, this is, you know, I'm trying to come up with other solutions while he's doing this. But he hands me the bolt, so I put it in. And I'll be damned if it didn't grab threads and tighten right up. Put it in the water. No. You son of a bitch!
Dry?
It's dry. And there's no leaks. And it's funny because I barely remember the trip. I don't even really remember coming over here. The captain I hired, because I knew I was going to need help. And the captain I hired pretty much did all the work. I was kind of in a daze, partly just from being exhausted and the ups and downs of everything. But we made it. You know, the boat has not given me any grief. I am now in a marina. I have a lot of work to do, but I am floating.